Hello everybody! Finally, I got a microphone that works correctly. I've gone to 3 different electronics stores the past like 3 days trying to find a microphone. And it turns out the one that I spend the least amount of money on is the one that works the best. I mean, I spent everywhere from 50, 40 to 30, and the $30 one has the best microphone attached to the headset. So, my old one broke. I'll explain that once we get going here. But what we are doing today is I basically need some videos to hold myself over until I get Majora's Mask going here. So I decided we're going to do something on the Kirby 20th Anniversary Game Disc Collection. And we'll go ahead and start that up. So those of you that do not have this or have never seen it, you can get a little glimpse of what it's like. It's kind of cool. It's basically like Mario All-Star, where it just has a couple of games in one. So this one requires a sideways Wiimote. There's 8-bit Kirby, Meta Knight, and King Day-to-Day. Oh, and now all of a sudden they're in, I guess, what would you consider that? Pretty much how they looked in Return of Dreamland. Except King Day-to-Day's belly jiggles now, and he's kind of noticing that. That's funny. I guess that was King Day-to-Day's noise. Alright, 20th anniversary. 20 years already since Kirby was first born. He is 20 years old. One more year and he'll be able to drink alcohol. They should make like a Kirby drunk game after that. That'd be funny. Boom! Kirby 20th Anniversary Dream Collection. This game has awesome music. Yeah. 1992 to 2012. I just want to hear this music for a little bit, because I like it. I always like Kirby music. Yeah. Alright, so basically this game has 3 different things you can select. You can do challenge stages, which is basically kind of similar to the stages that were in the lore from Return to Dreamland. Those of you that haven't played that game or seen that game, I did LP it, and I highly recommend either checking out the LP or playing the game yourself, because it's one of the best twists in the storyline I think I've ever seen in a Kirby game. It was really good. It's a lot of fun too. It's a fun game. Then you get a timeline over here, which is just a little interactive timeline from Kirby's start to basically present times. And then right here is the classic titles, where you can select the different games that come with this in this package. So we have Kirby's Dream Land, Kirby's Adventure, which I already LP'd about, what, I think 2 years ago now? Almost 2 years ago, because it'll be summer of 2011 was when I did it. I was actually watching some episodes last night. And then Kirby's Dream Land 2, which I have played, I just haven't LP'd. Kirby Superstar, which I have LP'd. Kirby's Dream Land 3, I have never actually played this game before, so that'll be really cool to play it. And then Kirby Crystal Shards, I do have this game and I've beaten it before, but I have never LP'd it yet, so I probably will in the future. But for today, we're going to start out on Kirby's Dream Land for the Game Boy. This was the first Kirby game ever. It's the first one I ever played. And it's a short one, so it'll only be a couple of episodes, but basically, let's get out of here. So this is the title screen. Check it out. Basic as basic could be. And I don't want the extra game here, so hold on. I'm going to do the reset button here. There we go. Alright, cool. So 1992 was this year's birth of the game, or Kirby, I guess you could say. And it's black and white because it's the original Game Boy, so you gotta stick with me there. But one thing you'll notice about this as we get into Green Green's Stage 1 is that Kirby didn't have a copy ability yet. This was Kirby's first game, so he didn't have the copy ability originally. All he could do was swallow and spit out enemies. So that was really your only way to attack back then. Well, these enemies might have range attacks. You still had to play kind of, I guess, defensively and strategize a little bit of how you use the enemies that you can swallow to attack enemies that might have ranged attacks that could easily hit you. So though it's pretty basic, it still was a lot of fun, and now you might not think it's a fun game just because you're so used to having copy abilities, and not having them kind of dumbs it down. But going back to the roots of Kirby is kind of cool. I personally remember all of these levels, mainly because from this point on, a lot of these levels were kind of, I guess they brought them back in future games as kind of like a throwback to classic first Game Boy version of Kirby, which is really fun. So you'll notice that a lot of Kirby music is recycled. Some of these levels have been recycled. I know specifically in Superstar they recycle a perfect portion of, I think, level 2. Once we get there, I'll show you that. But for the most part, I mean, this isn't that tough of a game, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, I enjoyed just going this way and hitting up these enemies and occasionally going into different areas. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. Oh yeah, you know what? I needed to tell you guys. I have two things to tell you about. So I want to go on this headset adventure that I went on, and then as well as this other thing, which I'm not gonna spoil yet. But basically, my headset. I got home Friday night for spring break. Today is Wednesday, so it's been a couple of days. Basically, Friday night I was Skyping my cousin, and I was downstairs in my kitchen with my laptop with my USB headphone plugged in. So I had some cord trailing behind me, kind of. Well, the cord caught a corner of my the island in our kitchen, and it completely ripped the cord right out of the USB port. Like, the USB port was, the USB part of the headset was still plugged in, but the actual cord that runs from the USB portion of the headset ripped, they like ripped apart. So I literally ripped 3 coiled cords in half. So I had to go out and buy a new one. So the next day I went to Fry's Electronics, a huge electronics warehouse in my area. They had nothing for headsets, so I bought this Plantronics one for like 50 bucks because I figured it would be really good, and it's a crystal clear high definition audio recording and output. So I was like, okay, this will be a good one. I get home and it doesn't even record in 4400, well, I guess it's 441 hertz, I guess is the shortened. It's 44,100 hertz. It recorded in like 22,000, so it sounds really digitalized. So I went ahead and decided, you know what, screw that, I'm going to return this microphone because it completely sucks and I can't figure out how to get it to record consistently in good megahertz. So I went to Radio Shack yesterday, which was Tuesday, and I bought a Logitech headset because that's what I used to have. However, I bought like the step up from what I previously had because I figured, you know what, maybe it'll be better. Well, upon recording this morning, or trying to record this morning, I realized that that headset is almost similar to the Plantronics, where the microphone sucks, but it's more built on the quality of the output sound that you hear through the headphones. Oh, this is crazy. You can't even spit underwater. So I decided, you know what, this sucks too. I'm gonna go back to like the version that I previously had. So I spent 30 bucks opposed to 50, and I got the one that I have right now, and the sound is 300 times better. For like 20 bucks cheaper, I get better recording. And the audio output isn't even bad as it is. So it's like, why would, you know, I don't understand their concept when they make these headsets. It seems like you're paying, you know, all for the actual purpose of the headphones, when you're paying, when technically you want the headset for the recording capability and for the listening capability. And it only seems like they focus on the listening capability, even though they include microphones. So I was really pissed off, and I'm getting my butt kicked here by Lololo, which is quite surprising, because they're pretty easy. He's a pretty easy boss, generally. So I finally got my microphone working, and I can finally record again. So that was that story. Now the second story I have to go through, this one sucks. I hate this story. I don't even like telling it, because it just pisses me off. So you know how that file got corrupted on Ocarina of Time, my collector's edition, and like the memory card couldn't read it because it was corrupt? Well, it turns out I had my cousin spend the night Saturday night, and we liked a game. He was home from college on spring break too, happened to be the same time, so we decided to game a little. So that night we tried experimenting to see what games might actually have corrupt data, or if, you know, it was just that Zelda game, and if the memory card is completely corrupt. Well, we went through every single game I own, GameCube game, and loaded a file to find out which ones were corrupt. And all of them, except 3, were corrupt. And the only ones that weren't corrupt were Super Mario Sunshine, The Lord of the Rings Return of the King, and then Mario Party 5 actually had corrupt data, but it was able to fix itself somehow. So I have no idea how that worked. But anyways, so after that, we moved the 3 files that worked to a smaller memory card that I have, because the one that's corrupt is a 1019, which is really big. So once we moved the files, we decided, okay, let's wipe out the 1019 memory card, completely clear it, and then try to basically start a new game or a new file of I think we did Thousand Year Door. And then we were going to see if it would load after saving. Like, we would start a new file, save, restart the game, and try to reload that file. Turns out it was corrupt, so the memory card shot. So what I did was I ordered a new 1019 memory card, which actually is in full packaging, not used at all, which I was kind of surprised. This is a bad move right here. I'm gonna get hurt. So I have that, and it's already on the way. But now I have to go through and rebeat all the games that I had previously completed 100%. So that's what I've been doing. I spent the last 2 days rebeating Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.